Hello and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Stella speaking. So before we start, guys, I wanted to remind everyone about the FOMC meeting minutes. Tonight is going to happen at 11 p.m. Dubai time, 7 p.m. GMT time. We have to be careful about these news. They actually have a potential to change the entire directions of the signals that you're about to get in this video. I highly advise everyone to close their trades accordingly and do not leave them open during this news. Then tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be actually a good day. The prelim GDP is actually not that much of impact it usually makes. And then, of course, on Friday is actually going to be also a good day for trading. The market will, I think, have a lot of volatility due to the G20 meetings for the remaining days of this week. So, before we start the midweek analysis, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and of course share the video. So let's now begin with the Euro USD. So now what happened with the Euro USD, guys? Yesterday actually the pair was running in profit for about 33 pips of profit before the candle give up upon the pressure from the resistance right here at 1.06922, and right now the market is ranging below the safe zone and currently running in about 12 pips of loss. Again, we have to adapt, of course, with the new changes in the market. Therefore, if we go to the daily chart this time, the daily chart actually shows us here a strong bearish candle. This was, of course, the candle of Tuesday. And as you can see, my friends, it actually broke out from the long-term support at 1.06652. Which means that the market most likely is going to continue the fall at this time. I don't believe that the EURUSD is going to be good to be bought at the moment. So, as I said earlier, we have to adapt with the new changes, and of course we have to go along with the market direction. Therefore, I would like actually to change the signal to be sell instead of buy, but of course we have to be sure where exactly we can start shorting the EURUSD. Now let me just tell you something. After the appearance of that bearish breakout candle, the market of course has changed what my opinion about it. I mean, what we can see right here is that we're actually having a strong key support level, support trend line level, and then that bearish breakout candle has actually changed the game, and right now we can see the retest is beginning, and therefore most likely the EURUSD is actually going to continue the rise till it reach again the same level of the resistance at 1.07200. And if we look at the left side, we can see clearly, my friends, that this was of course a very strong key level of a resistance right here in the past, back in December 12th last year. Therefore, most likely the market is going to continue rising till it reaches that level of a resistance, and this is, as we can see right here, these three candles represents the resistance number 1, the first attempt of the resistance on the level. So what we will do now is waiting for the EURUSD to rise again to reach the same level of the resistance, also retesting the broken level of a support trend line to create of course a new resistance trend line, and that level of a resistance right here is going to be most likely respected, and therefore we can actually keep the trade running till the market reach that level of a support right here at 1.05830. So that being said, this is going to be our new take profit level to be exactly right here at the lowest level of the support. That means we're actually expecting to make approximately 123 pips of profit from this signal. Now for the safe zone actually shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of the resistance right here exactly at 1.074441. Therefore, the take profit level is going to be changed. Let me just, guys, fix the signal and I'll be back to you. So, there goes your signal, my friends, for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Alright, so for the Pound USD, it was one perfect signal, but I didn't see any comment about this one. Guys, did you take this signal? It's really important to me to know. I would like to know, guys, if you have made any profit with this signal. The Pound USD, my friends, is running in about 106 pips of profit so far. Total actually was 140 pips of profit. So it was really one perfect signal, and it's one for Xtreme Trader. Again, I hope everybody have actually taken this signal and enjoyed these profits. But now, what's next with the Pound USD? Let me just tell you something. Most likely, the pair is actually going to continue the rise for a short time. Let me just delete the old one, the old trend line, and let's now go to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, what we can see right here, my friends, is that we had here a strong key resistance of a strong level of a resistance exactly at 1.22260. Now, what happened here is, I told you before that we're actually going to trade the pullback of retesting that level of a support. Eventually, the pound USD, in my opinion, gonna be good to be short exactly at the take profit level at 1.21723. Now, if we look at the past, we can see that this was indeed a real level of a resistance, a real level of a resistance. It was, of course, a real level of a support in the past. However, recently also, the market has actually been respecting that level of a resistance. Now, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. You know something, guys? I need to delete the entire old signal so it's gonna be a clear chart, so it won't confuse any of us. Exactly. Now let me just tell you something. What we're having right here, eventually we're having a support trend line which has been broken out from. So check this out. This is indeed what I'm talking about. This is the broken level of a support trend line, and as we can see right now, the pound USD is indeed retesting that level of a previous support trend line. But the market also facing right here a strong key support level exactly right there. This is this one at 1.20888. So most likely the pound USD is gonna actually bounce again back on that support trend line, or that support level, sorry, and afterwards it's gonna continue the rise and again make another retest of the level of the resistance trend line, or sorry, the previous, yeah, correct, yeah, the resistance trend line, retesting also the level of the resistance right here at 1.21620, and after that, guys, it's gonna be good to be shorting the pound USD. Now, I don't think it's a good idea to short right away. The market, as I said earlier, is still bouncing on that level of a support, and I don't think it's gonna easily give up on it. Most likely, right here, the pound USD, as we can see right now, is ranging between this level of a new resistance and the new support, and therefore I believe the pound USD is gonna make a pullback and again bounces back on the support, and after that we can start shorting the pound USD exactly on that level. Now the question is where exactly we can short it. Let me just look at the left side to find the strongest real level of a resistance. And if we look carefully, my friends, we can see clearly this is what I'm talking about. That is the real level of a resistance exactly at 1.21529. This was, of course, a real level of a resistance, which has already become a real level of a support recently. And of course, we had here in the middle a fake breakout. And lately, we can see that the same level has already become as a real level of a support. Now, we have to pay attention that this is indeed right here. We can see that the market has indeed respected that level as a real resistance. Meanwhile, we had here 1 and 2 fake breakouts. Therefore, let's wait for the pound USD to rise again to that level of a real resistance, and then we can start shorting it, and hopefully it's gonna be a good signal. Therefore, we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 41 pips before we can start shorting it. However, the take profit level this time is gonna be the previous entry of our buy signal at 1.19858, which means we will be actually aiming 164 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance at 1.22207, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 65 pips against 167 pips of profit. Moving now to the AUD USD. Alright, so again, guys, the AUD USD signal actually was running well in profit. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this signal, this one, no, it didn't run in profit yet, sorry. Right now it's in profit, as you can see, but however, it's gonna be good to be short soon. Let me just delete the old signal, guys, and it's a good thing that hopefully nobody have lost any money in this signal since it's currently running in profit. So as you can see right now, actually, I noticed here something that we're having here, of course, a head and shoulders pattern, which indicates that the AUD USD is most likely gonna be gonna start, of course, a bearish fall. Therefore, if we look at the left side right now, we can notice right here exactly, perfect, just right there, that the market has indeed respected that level of a real resistance in the past, and recently it was a real level of a resistance right here as well, and now the market has indeed respected that level of a resistance. Now, as we can see, the market is actually facing a level of a support right here exactly at 0.68190, but the market seems like it's gonna eventually, upon the pressure from the pattern of the head and shoulders, is gonna actually continue the fall. If we look at the weekly chart, however, now, to be honest with you guys, the current structure doesn't seem promising to be bought at all. I mean, this is not really the setup that you want to start buying at. Therefore, I believe that the AUD USD is actually going to continue the fall this week, and most likely the target is going to be right here, the level of a support exactly at 0.67024. Now, let me just go to the 4-hour time frame again. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, what we can actually, you know something? Let's go back to the daily chart. I want to show you something. Right now, what we can see right here, my friends, is that the resistance level right here exactly at 0.69150 has indeed been respected, and right now the market has also made the breakout from that level of a support exactly at 0.68918. Now what we will do next is simply drag the same line all the way just like that. Now right here we are having also another level of a real resistance exactly at 0.68833, and now look at the 4-hour time frame. Now the 4-hour time frame actually sounds very promising to be short exactly at the same level of that real level of a resistance exactly at 0.68833. Now we can see clearly that we had here a real level of a resistance which has already become number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempt of a real support, and recently has been broken out from. Now pay attention, we had here a fake breakout, but also the market has made another fake breakout right here, which means the market has already actually was supposedly to make a bullish breakout from that level of a support and retesting it and continue the rise, but instead the market has actually made a bearish breakout from that level of a real support. That being said, most likely right now the AUD USD is gonna rise again, respecting that level of a support right here and make a pullback, and most likely is gonna retest again the same level of a real resistance, and afterwards is gonna continue the fall. And of course, if we check this resistance trend line, we can notice here, my friends, that the market most likely is gonna be respecting that level of a real resistance. Therefore, we're gonna start shorting the AUD USD exactly at 0.68833, and this time for the take profit level, let me just go back to the daily chart. The take profit level, of course, has to be placed right here at the nearest strong key support level to our entry at 0.67336, which means we will be actually aiming 148 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone won't be actually ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance exactly right here at 0.69376, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 55 pips against 150 pips of profits. Moving now to the USD CAD. Alright, so now guys, regarding the USD CAD, as you can see, the signal sadly has failed. The market has already exceeded the safe zone, and of course I cannot take this signal as a good one at all. Unfortunately, it just has failed, and please accept my apologies for it. Of course guys, there is no way on earth that we can guess the correct direction every single time. So anyway, regarding now the USD CAD, let's now move to the daily chart. Now from the first site, of course, at the USD CAD, we can see the growth actually. The USD CAD actually, my friends, has made here the final bullish breakout from that level of a resistance right here at 1.34955. So right here we can see that the Tuesday candle has actually closed as a strong bullish engulfing candle. So meaning the USD CAD actually has a potential to continue the rise. Now the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. Now if we look at the daily chart, we can notice right here that we had, of course, a very strong real level of a support exactly at 1.34937. Now this was, of course, a real level of a support which has been respected repeatedly over time, and then of course it has become also a real level of a resistance right there. Now the market, my friends, is actually facing a real level of a resistance exactly right there. That is, of course, the point where we can start getting ready to start buying the USD CAD. The market most likely is going to make a pullback right here, and sorry. Alright, I'm back. So anyway guys, what I was saying here is, according to Xtreme trader strategy, once we are seeing a strong bullish engulfing candle broke out from a previous level of a resistance, what we will do next is just simply wait for the market to fall again, and usually we can start buying exactly at the same level of the highest level of the wick, which is the nearest one to that bullish breakout candle, which means that is the exact level where we can start buying the USD CAD again. We have to wait for the market to fall for about 44 pips before we can start buying it. Let's just move to the 4-hour time frame to see that. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that the same level, of course, has actually been respected in the past. It was, my friends, a real level of a support, which also became a real level of a resistance, and recently this is the bullish breakout candle. Now if we look, of course, at the support trend line, however, we can notice here that the market indeed respecting that level of a support trend line, which means right now, since we're actually facing right here on the left side, if I just scroll to the left side, we can see clearly this is of course the real level of the resistance that the USD CAD is facing right away, or right now, sorry. Now we can actually wait for the pullback to finish, and then we can start buying the USD CAD exactly from that level of a support. So that being said, let's wait for the market to make a pullback for about 44 pips, and then we can start buying the pair. The target, of course, has to be right here, the nearest resistance to our entry at 1.36278, which means we will actually be expecting a 133 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 1.34326, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 60 pips against 133 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USDJPY. Alright, so again, sadly another signal has failed. As you can see, the USDJPY, my friends, is not going actually as predicted in the right direction. Let me now see what we can do next with this pair. First of all, let's just delete the old signal, and let's see now what's happening with the market. So right now, if we go to the weekly chart, as you can see right now, so far the current candle, the weekly candle actually seems like it's gonna be bullish. So far the market is actually not falling upon the pressure from that previous resistance as we have expected earlier. Therefore, let's now move to the daily chart. Now the daily chart shows us, my friends, also a strong level of a support trend line. If I just draw here a support trend line and just drag the same support trend line, of course, all the way like this, now we can see that the market indeed has respected that level repeatedly over time. Now we had here 1, 2, and 3 attempts of a support trend line, which has already become another resistance trend line right there. Now the market has indeed made the bullish breakout from that level, and therefore most likely the USDJPY actually has a potential to continue the fall and respects that level to become a new support trend line, which means we have to wait for the market to fall long. Actually, I mean, for a long time. I mean, this is going to be a lot of pips. We're talking about 146 pips. Now, of course, we have to be sure here what we are doing. So therefore, let me just move to the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, my friends, on the 4-hour time frame, check this out. The retest has already happened. That level of a support trend line has already been respected. Therefore, the market is most likely going to continue the rise. Now, what I said here earlier is actually I'm going to drag the same level of a support trend line and just place it higher, exactly right there. Now pay attention. The market, my friends, this is what I'm calling the magic of trend lines. The market is always respecting that level of a support trend line. It actually has respected it right here, became a real level of a support trend line, became here another level of a support trend line, and then resistance trend line. And recently right here we can see the bullish breakout, and again the support trend line has also been respected. That is actually what I'm calling the magic of trend lines. The market will always climb its way toward the direction of these support trend lines. So therefore, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, we have to wait for the USDJPY to fall for about 60 pips before we can start buying it exactly at the third attempt this time of that support trend line. Therefore, we have to confirm that on the left side we had also a very strong key support level, and that can be seen exactly right there. This was, my friends, a real level of a support, exactly, just to be precise, exactly, at 134.207. This was indeed a real level of a support in the past as well, and also a real level of a resistance. Lately, it was, of course, a real level of a resistance and a support as well. Therefore, this level most likely won't be ignored easily from the market, and therefore, I believe it's going to be safe to start buying the USDJPY exactly after it falls for about 60 pips. Now for the take profit level. The take profit level, of course, has got to be placed right here exactly at the nearest strong real level of a resistance at 136.773, which means we are actually expecting to make approximately 258 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support at 133.504, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 70 pips against 254 pips of profit. Moving now to the USDCHF. Alright, so now as we can see, guys, the USDCHF signal, I would say that it remains the same. The USDCHF didn't change actually the direction, and everything seems to be normal. So far, even on the 4-hour time frame, the market is actually going toward that level of our previous resistance, and I believe it's gonna indeed respect it and continue the fall to the take profit level, making approximately 100 pips of profit. Therefore, USD CHF signal remains the same. Let's now move to the gold. Alright, so as we can see guys, the gold is actually a winning trade so far. The signal is running well into the profit. I hope you guys have taken the signal and enjoyed these pips of profits. I mean, the market has indeed yesterday went for about 123 pips of profit, currently running in about 53 pips of profit, recovering the previous losses we have made from the USDJPY and the USDCHF, sorry, the USD CAD. So let me know guys in the comments if you have taken this signal and made these profits. But now what's next with the gold? Actually almost nothing new with the gold. Let me just tell you something here guys. Based on the daily chart right now, we can see that the market indeed respecting that level of a support at 1831.45 as I have expected. However, the market also right now facing also right here a resistance exactly at 1843.37. Now let me just go to the 4-hour time frame. Now let me just tell you something. The problem here that we are having right now is that level of a resistance trend line. So there is of course a chance for the gold to fall upon the pressure from that resistance trend line. But however, the gold indeed is going to continue the rise in my opinion. Of course, it actually has a potential to fall all the way back to the inside of the safe zone. And in my opinion, that level of a support at 1827.55 is going to be the maximum where we can actually expect from the gold to go against our direction before finally start the rise. Therefore, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, the gold signal remains the same and hopefully it's going to be a winner and hopefully nothing is going to be changed. Of course, if there will be any changes today upon the FOMC meeting minutes, I'm going to update you guys with a new late week analysis video, and we will see what we can do with the gold if the direction has, of course, changed. So, of course, I think everything seems to be normal and running well. So, again, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and, of course, share the video. So, again, be careful, guys, about the FOMC meetings minutes. It's gonna, for sure, change the direction of most of these signals. Again, I really hope and praying that nobody's gonna blame me. I mean, I'm looking at the other signal providers and the other Forex channels. I don't see anyone blaming them for the news. I don't know if it's only me or not, but I hope I'm not gonna be blamed if the market has changed the direction due to the news. So anyway, guys, until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.